it's gone live. Right, let's be quiet while I make this happen. I'll do a tweet like that. And then tell it to play the intro. Hello.
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 How are we?
We might be live. It's
Well, we look live.
it's entirely possible that we're live.
We look live when one looks on YouTube, yeah?
I think so. So, hello, who are you?
Well, I'm the asshole on the side chat. That's probably how I'm better known. I don't know. Name is Ricardo. I'm from Portugal. Been here in the UK for way too long. Way too long. Just having some fun online. Sometimes it's people's expenses. Therefore, asshole in the side chat. But it's always love and friendship involved.
Oh, lovely. So I thought I'd get you to come on here and we'd have a little discussion about some stuff.
Okay.
So, we've finally got some people arrived in the side chat. Hello, everyone.
Hello.
So, you mentioned you've been in the UK for far too long. I detect a little bit of sort of I don't really want to be here in that statement. Would that be so?
Well, there's this comedian, a British comedian. I don't remember his name. It's one of those that it's not like as famous as Gervais or anything like that. It's some stand-up comedians, and I saw him an act of him where he was Britain Got Talent, maybe something like that.
Okay.
And he made a joke, and I thought that joke. Oh yeah, I get that's a true joke. He said that when he was back home, he was always watching the news, and the people in the BBC were always saying that the foreigners are coming into England and getting all the good jobs and getting all the good women. And then he moved to the UK, and no jobs, no good women, nothing. So I think that's more or less in the line of what I'm feeling at the moment.
Yeah, so you're trying to meet all the good women on the internet, and the good jobs are just not happening.
No. No. Look. Yeah. Obviously, I moved to. All jokes aside, yeah, I moved here more than 10 years ago, I think, already, and I've settled okay. A few hiccups over the past few years, obviously, because people change their minds, they say. But yeah, still good, still okay. All jokes aside, still okay. Still love this place.
Yeah, it's all right.
Yeah. Weather could be better though.
Well, it depends what you like, doesn't it?
Well, I came from Portugal, so that's a change.
So what sort of spurred the move to do? Well, I can't even speak this morning. I haven't had my breakfast yet, so I've got this cake here. I'm just eating this cake as we go. So
okay, the one that go for it.
So what sort of spurred the move to this side of the pond?
Work.
Yeah.
I was working for a British company already. actually a charity at the time, and they've offered me a place in the head office, so I came over. Meanwhile, I started talking to friends and that I was already in the UK, and let's go out, have a few. Meanwhile, I got an offer from Royal Bank of Scotland,
Oh yeah.
and then the whole thing started from there.
I see. So it was more a work thing than a
Yeah,
play
yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
How is
The
the play,
reality.
though?
The reality is different from what I had envisioned to be.
What would you make of the drinking?
What do you mean? Oh well, it's one of those things. See, coming from Portugal, obviously we kind of get to drink red wine like at the age of, I don't know, 5 or 6 or something like that. I don't know. But it's a different culture. You guys are, well, when I say you guys, the culture is slightly different. First of all, you are beer drinkers mostly, which I don't really like. Particularly, I'm not a huge fan of the British lagers. But then I think you kind of overdo it a little bit. You know what I mean? A little bit. We obviously we do get shit faced back in Portugal too. Don't get me wrong, but it's a different thing. We kind of don't. We can be loud and everything, particularly because we are Portuguese. We are kind of loud when we're speaking, and I don't know how to have a proper conversation without being loud and waving my hands around and shouting and everything. But that's not being that's not a real art.
I can see what you mean.
Know? Yeah, but you guys, it's kind of, you go like, I don't know, you just start breaking shit and you start going stupid, and you know what I mean. And I go like, okay, I get it, fair enough. That's the way that you have fun. That's fine, but I don't know. But it's the cultural difference, I believe. So.
By the way, I see you there in the chat, Dave. There'd have been advance notice if I could figure out how to make YouTube schedule a stream, which I can't do anymore since they changed the layout. So anyway, but yeah, the drinking thing. I'm not much of a I'm not much of a drinky person. At least not a going out drinky person. I am.
Yeah.
I've done it. I've done it. I've done that. That's done. You know.
Yeah. Okay. Fair enough.
I've done it.
Been there, done that.
I mean, I might go out for a few drinks with friends, but I'm not going to go out doing the clubbing or any of that business.
Yeah.
Because it's all faff. But for there was a thing I did a while ago. I was in a martial arts club, and we all decided to go out for a proper drinking session, you know.
Okay.
And we had this French guy who was in the thing. He moved over for, I think, work as well, and he joined this martial arts club, and we were all doing the stuff. And we went out drinking. I'm not much of a drinker for a Brit, but apparently that makes me more of a drinker than a French chap.
Okay, fair enough.
So
that sounds accurate. Yeah.
Yeah. So we were all out having a few drinks, and this guy was he was considerably behind in the drinks. I'm there stumbling around because I'm a bit behind in the drinks as well, and I don't do that very much. And I'm just like, finally, there's someone I can out drink.
I'm not gonna be the last. Yeah, but that's another thing. That's another difference, and this isn't clearly just a difference, culturally speaking. You even have a saying which is, eating and drinking is cheating. I've heard that a couple of times.
Yeah, I've heard that.
Yeah, and it's something that for me as a Portuguese, that doesn't even add up, doesn't compute. We when we go out, and probably when people go on holidays to Portugal to places that aren't exactly like Algarve, which it's well, Little Britain basically.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
you if you go into somewhere to have a drink, you
Hmm.
will have food offering. You know what I mean? Because it's part of what we do. So, yeah, I can drink way more than the British my British friends. If I'm sitting down with food on the table and we're chatting and eating and drinking, I will polish a couple of bottles of red wine easy. You know what I mean? But just going out and going like beer after beer after beer after beer. To me, I'll get bored after the first pint.
Oh, it's the the fun of it is once you've had enough beers that you're not sure which club you're in or how many you've
Yeah,
been to, because there seems to be this thing that you go to one and then you leave it and go to another one and so on. The fun of it is waking up the next day with a traffic cone on your dick and trying to figure out where it came from.
okay.
You know, so
I
I've
can see
heard.
the life of mystery. I can see where you're coming from with that.
I'm a
Yeah,
man of
the life of
mystery. I
mystery.
woke
Yeah.
up in my neighbour's bed with a traffic cone and a cat, and I don't know what happened.
Okay, fair enough. Yeah,
That's
yeah. The life of
that's
mystery. Yeah.
that's how it goes. I think. I don't do it very much, so I can't confirm that with any certainty.
Obviously, I'm old. This conversation would have been different some 20 or 25 or 30 years ago, for sure. Well, not probably not 30 years, but close to that. But yeah, at this point, obviously, at this age, when I look at what's going on, it's kind of okay. That's weird. It's cool.
Yep, I get you. So, no, I should have not started eating the cake before speaking.
Yeah, all good.
So, since arriving on this side of the pond, if you had to pick something that was your favourite thing about being where you are now, what would you say it is?
That's a hard question because I've not thought about it.
We don't like to ask the hard questions on this show.
The favorite thing in the UK. The Queen, I think. No, I'm joking. Um, well, it used to be more. It used to be more the fact that everyone mind their own business kind of scenario. But it's changing that also, or at least I'm feeling it differently now. But I used to also find the British exceptionalism endearing, but now I'm also changing my mind on that. So I'm kind of, yeah, don't really know. Well, but there's this this kind of generalized optimism about things that I find quite interesting. But I don't know. I've not really thought about what's my favorite. Well, the weather isn't. It isn't. Just forget about it. Whether it isn't. But I've
Well,
not
the weather's
really.
there.
Yeah.
So maybe that sense of optimism that's
Yeah. Kind of
I
generalized sense of optimism. You know what I mean?
yeah, I think I do. I would describe the British optimism as pessimistic optimism. If you know what I
Oh, that's a
mean.
good one.
It's kind of, well, there's a bit of shit in it, but it's fine.
Yeah. That's that. Yeah. That's a good description of it. Yeah. I agree with that.
Would you agree with there's this sort of a sense of just, well, this is what we got, and we'll just muddle through. Yeah.
Yeah, it's there's also that I've heard that a couple of times that if the world was about to end, so if there was like this massive this massive extinction level event, whatever it may be, that was about to come down and destroy Earth. Everyone was doing their thing, and then the British would go like, "Yeah, let's put the kettle on,
Yep.
and we'll figure it out."
I'm not
So
drinking tea right now as we speak.
you know what I mean? That's the kind of thing that I'm thinking of, that I was talking about. That type of
I
feeling.
get you. I get you. Well, the kettle is very important.
Yeah.
You don't have a home if you don't have a kettle.
Yeah, yeah. I actually got I've gobsmacked when I've checked a couple of I don't know why I did it. Don't ask me, because I don't know.
Okay.
But there was a time where I looked at figures online, and I remember why I was doing it, because of Hinkley Point too. I was checking peak consumption in the UK, and it was mind-boggling how the engineers at the electric companies could know exactly when breaks in the big TV shows had started,
Oh
because
yeah.
they would get the peak of all the kettles going on.
Yeah, they have a sudden drain of power. Oh
Yeah,
shit! The entire country's just just put the kettle on.
yeah. So they had charts. They had graphics on the website, and it showed on off-gen, and it showed peaks like when there's finals for football championships and things like that. Every time that there's at the time at the 45-minute break, it goes like whoop, peak.
Yeah, I can see that.
And I was like, damn it, these guys are predictable.
That's a cup of tea. Yeah. Just breaking the thing with a cup of tea. Well, you got to make sure that your power stations are equipped to deal with the demand for tea.
Yeah, they couldn't, maybe, just maybe, if they weren't able to deal with other things. Yeah, okay, we can live with that as long as we have power for the kettle.
Yeah, that's quite essential.
Yeah.
I had somewhere I was going to go with that, and I forgot. Entertain everyone. Oh no, I remember where it was. So if you look at the live stream a sec, I've realised that this is still a problem that I haven't fixed. Is as I move the mouse around, you can see it. Look. Whee!
No, you can't. Or
Oh,
I can.
balls.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
There it is.
There he is. It's still okay. I don't. Yeah, people. It kind of draws the attention.
Yeah,
People get a little bit distracted because I'm talking shit.
Yeah, I thought I was going to fix that a while ago, and then I couldn't figure out how to do it, and then I just forgot that thing existed, so it's still there. That's going to be a feature now. Right, so... Portugal, you say?
Yeah.
How's that?
It's not Spain. Let's be clear. Just in case.
I hear it's somewhere nearby.
Yeah, right next to it. As in neighboring country.
How's the weather?
Lovely. Apparently they are freezing their nuts off this week. Cold front there. But well, it's the weather is Mediterranean, nice sunny. Usually average temperatures don't go too close to zero. I don't even think anywhere near zero as in average.
What is
Kind of
sunny?
depends where you are. So, sorry.
What is sunny?
Yeah, right, sunny. Forgot about that. Have you ever came out of your burrow when there was like this big ball of fire in the sky, kind of similar to where my name is? That's sunny.
I've seen that occasionally. Yeah.
Yeah, that's sunny. Yeah.
You know, I was peeking through the rain and I could see it once. Is that why your picture is what it is? Because you miss seeing the sun.
Do you want to know the story of the picture?
Go on.
It's not mine actually. It's Math Peaks.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, I don't know what we were talking about, and I don't remember the context of the conversation. But then I was like, yeah, fuck it, I don't even have an avatar. And then about 10 minutes later, he came up with that, and I was like, yeah, fine, I'll use this. So that's Math Peaks. Yeah, he did it for me.
Outstanding. Well, I've had a little fiddle with it for the thumbnail, so hopefully it looks okay.
Yeah, that was cool.
I forgot what it looks like now. Where's the tweet with the? There it is. Yeah, I made it all glowy and. That's an important descriptor.
Yeah.
So, topics of discussion. What is your favourite cake?
Not Battenberg.
You motherfucker.
You asked the question. Well, you didn't necessarily ask the question, but it's a possible answer for your question. My favorite cake. Now you're gonna ask the questions where I might have a problem translating to English, but that's fine. I'm not much of sweet tooth. I don't have much of a sweet tooth. I do like a bit of cake, but and I think that
I'm gonna replace you with a Battenberg on the screen.
And I think that you English don't have translation for the cake. No, you also call it millefeuille. Yeah, you don't use a British name for it. It's a French cake. It's called millefeuille.
Is this one of these weird foreign things that we don't like over
here? Yeah, definitely. Do you want me to put it in the chat? YouTube?
What is this? It's got. Well, I should probably see the word before I start to. Oh no. It's got too many vowels next to each other.
Fair enough.
We don't like vowels around here. Right, I'm gonna look up what this is. How do you pronounce this? What is this?
I pronounce it millefeuille.
Ah, so millefeuille is close.
Yeah. It's French, so.
Oh, it's got the. Oh, I think I've eaten this at some point. Yeah, is it got the gooey layers?
Yeah, it's like it's the what it's called. Well, yeah, it's got like a cream, and then it's got layers of flaky.
It's got kind of icing on the top, doesn't it?
Yeah, and then the icing on top. Yeah.
And it's kind of flaky pastry layers. Would
yeah, flaky pastry layers. Yeah.
And then kind of gooey cream in between those layers.
Yeah, and sometimes they put a little bits of strawberry with the cream.
Okay, yeah. No, I'm pretty sure I have eaten this at some point, and I took a bite out of one end of it, and all the cream at the other end was just like, pack your things, we're leaving. And just went out the other end.
Yeah, but no, I'm not a huge fan of Battenberg, to be honest with you. I tried it when I got here. I don't remember eating it back in Portugal, and I was like, nah, waste of perfectly good almonds.
I may have Battenberg here, and it's okay, Battenberg. He doesn't mean it. Ah, my brain's died. Cakes, we did cakes. Alright, how do you take your tea?
I don't. Usually.
You heathen!
I will definitely not have like PNG type of stuff. Like the builder's tea. I'm not gonna drink that. Sorry.
Yeah.
Not my thing. I sometimes have some herbal teas, but it will be
It's
no
okay
milk.
tea, I still like it.
But usually, I'm a coffee type of guy.
Yeah.
So
Well, how do you have your coffee?
black straight?
I have done this from time to... Have you got one of those squeezy machines with the thing on the top?
Squeezy machines with the oh yeah,
where
you
you
mean
put
like cafetière?
Yeah, that's the one.
Yeah. I've got one of those.
Fancy foreign-sounded names. We don't like that. Right?
Okay, the coffee machine. Then.
Yeah, the squeezy machine with the thing on the
Yes.
top. That's obviously more clear than a cafetiere. Have you got one of those?
Yeah, I've got one of those. To be honest with you, one of the few things that I've actually brought from Portugal when I first came in, when I first moved in, was coffee.
Oh yeah.
I
Well,
brought my coffee because I was like, nah. And to be honest, I was like, okay, this might not actually work, so this might just be a few months things which had happened in the past. So let's just go prepared. And I took a few bags of Portuguese coffee.
would you say that's good coffee? Better coffee than the local coffee?
It's different. I'm going to give you that. It's not that English coffee. It's a bad coffee. The English mix. It's not necessarily a bad mix. It's different from Portugal. It's not what I'm used, or what now is, but it was. It's not what I was used to. But it's not a bad coffee.
I see. So do you import the Portuguese coffee?
I always have Portuguese coffee around. Yeah, I always have at least one bag of Portuguese coffee when I want a kick from home or something like that. But I have no problem on drinking English coffee. It's not a bad coffee. Doesn't matter what people say.
All right. What shall we talk about next?
I don't know.
Have you? That's why I bring people on, so I don't have to think of topics.
It is your stream, You're kind of in control of the things here.
Well, can I have a...
This was fun. Nice meeting you all.
All right. What should we talk about next? Is there what would you say is your favourite film?
Favorite film?
Yeah, let's go with that.
Oh, okay. So I like Star Wars, but only the ones made by Disney.
Carry on.
Yeah, you've made that one way too easy. Way too easy.
Yeah, just move on to that.
Give me a second here. Nice. Back to serious answer. I'm the midnight cowboy type of guy. I'm I also like a few classics. Well, sci-fi. My favorite sci-fi is the Aliens. You can all go and do one.
I see you've been picking up the slang since you've been here.
Well, we're going to pick up a few bits here and there.
Just fucking do one,
yeah.
mate.
Yeah, exactly. Do one, mate. Yeah, my favorite sci-fi franchise is the Aliens. No, but I'm more like the midnight cowboy type of guy. The um, fighting club type of movie. I like that type of
Hmm.
not not so serious, but with quite a lot of things to dig my teeth into type of movie.
Hmm. So, for Aliens, you prefer the first one or the second one?
There's no love like the first one, they say.
Hmm. No, that's a good point. And the first one does have a lot of things that the second one doesn't.
Yeah, it was my first movie that I ever saw on a theater.
It's. Oh, my brain's died again. It's, the first one's got that real sense of isolation where it's just these couple of people stuck in this environment and they haven't really got anything to work with. The second one's more actiony. I like both of them,
Yeah, yeah,
but I like both of them for different reasons.
yeah, yeah, yeah. But I agree with you. The second one was more like the shoot, bomb, and burn
Hmm.
everything to the ground with a little bit of the background story running. But yeah, I
Oh, I think it went a bit laggy for a second then.
me.
I don't know. Somebody. So the first one's. Let's go about that. Yeah, the first one's more of a isolation thing going on. Like,
Yeah, and I don't know if you heard. I was saying that the second one is more the type of
yeah.
shooting, bombing, breaking, demolition, wrench style of thing. But there's a bit of the background story that was quite interesting.
Yeah, definitely. I particularly enjoyed the marine interactions in the second one, where they're all just doing doing that thing they do.
Yeah.
Just, what's the sergeant called? Sergeant, what's his name?
What?
The guy who shouted at everybody to get up out of the cryopods.
I don't remember.
I can't remember either, but I like that guy.
The guy that asked to show. What?
He's in the film.
Okay. Fair enough. Fair point. We're talking about the second one, right?
Yeah, the second one.
Was it Dwayne?
I can't think of his name, but he's the shouty sergeant man. He's shouted at everyone to get up out of the cryopods. Yeah.
I don't even remember of a sergeant there. I just remember Private Vasquez.
Yeah.
You have Private Hudson.
Mm-hmm.
And then the other one, maybe the other one is the sergeant. No, it wasn't. He wasn't the sergeant. I don't know. Dwayne?
The sergeant's got a cigar. I think.
Am I can...
I don't know. I don't remember things.
Fair enough.
All right. Speaking of the Alien films, though, what did you make of Prometheus?
I should have thought of that before. Before I say aliens. Okay. Well, it is as a. Okay, I kind of like how if you read about it. So if you're reading, it makes sense. But then the way that it was translated to the film, visually speaking, I'm not quite 100% sure it works.
Just opening my Battenberg while you're talking.
Poor almonds.
It's the greatest and best cake in the world.
But yeah, I neither like nor dislike Prometheus. I'm just not sure if it actually works.
I have a kind of similar view of Prometheus to certain other things that we probably shouldn't get into, which is it's as a standalone, it's quite good. It's enjoyable.
Mm-hmm.
As if you try to link it in with the others, it doesn't really work.
Yeah, yeah, and particularly if you're looking at the film, because I don't think it visually works.
Also,
my take, at least.
it did give us some good cultural references now, though. Like the Prometheus school of running away from things.
Yeah.
Just, oh, there's a big, long object that's falling on me. Let me run directly forwards in the path that it's falling in.
Yeah. But I thought that was kind of a hot take on the horror movies where, like, someone is coming in, I'm going to get killed, so let me run upstairs where I don't have any way to escape.
Well, you jump out the window and you break everything.
Yeah, well, true. But that's going to be a hard one, a hard fall. Making your life a little bit, difficult, I would say.
Well, they might not want to grab you when you're full of broken glass.
Maybe. As I said, like it's what we said in the beginning. It's that pessimistic optimism. Let's try this.
Well, I may have fallen out of a window, broken all of my legs, but at least the serial killer is not grabbing me because he doesn't want to cut himself on broken glass.
Yeah, that type of thing. Yeah. It sounds valid at face value, you know what I mean? Sounds valid at face value, yeah.
It's sort of like, well, I may have fallen into the thing of molten metal and like burnt all of my body, but at least I don't have to buy shampoo.
True. See, yeah, true. That would be a good comeback from Terminator. When he comes back next time that Arnie does that, he's going to be like what, 102, 103 years old or something like that.
Yeah, he'll still probably be more muscular than me.
Oh, that's for sure. That's for sure. But I expect in the next movie, every time that he moves, there must be a sound like like when you have metal on metal kind of squeaking sound.
Oh yeah.
Because come on, let's be honest.
Oh, I saw a great picture a while ago of Arnie. It was when Tony Blair was the Prime Minister around here, and Schwarzenegger was, I think, either running for or actively the governator at the time. And he met Tony Blair in some official capacity, and they were shaking hands. And somebody had taken a picture right as you can see Arnie doing his big smile, that he does.
Yeah. And
Tony Blair just kind of curled up a little bit, like, Arnold, you're squashing all of my bones. Yeah.
I can imagine that. This kind of panic cry for help type of thing. I can imagine that. Yeah.
Yep. It was great. It was like the best picture I'd seen it all day at that point. Yeah. It was in a newspaper, I think. I think I cut it out, but I don't know if I still have it anywhere.
I don't remember that one. That would be one of those that I would go like, yeah, I remember that one.
So, while we are on the topic of whatever the hell we're talking about, what do you think of things and stuff?
Okay, so before we move away from films,
go on.
The question then is, I know you're a Star Wars. I just don't understand why you like Star Wars and why you would win as a Sith.
You've been reading the chat, haven't you?
Yeah,
Okay, so the thing with the Sith is they are similar to the Jedi in many respects, but they have a different philosophy. The Jedi are all about balance and calm, and the Jedi Code has a lot of stuff about detachment from not being attached to other people and being selfless and all this kind of stuff. Whereas the Sith are all about gaining power and passion and stuff like that. So the Sith have access to much more effective combative force abilities than the Jedi, because the Jedi are just, we don't need that. The Sith are like, oh fuck you, I'm gonna lightning your ass.
Okay. So you're saying that Jedi's are nihilist, or at least are nihilistic in nature, and the Sith are
not exactly nihilistic, because they do have an afterlife.
Okay.
The Jedi become one with the Force, in quotes.
Okay, but if they become one with the Force, then they don't have an afterlife.
It's debatable.
Isn't that what this is about?
Well, certain Jedi have come back as Force ghosts, but most don't. There's the idea that the Jedi, when they become one with... It's kind of Buddhist in nature, I think. You know the whole becoming one with the universe and spreading off into the thing.
Yeah. I've read about
Being
it.
free from desire and all this kind of stuff.
Yeah, I've read about it.
It's a bit like that with the Jedi philosophy.
Okay. Jedi is the ultimate good guy, and Sith is the ultimate bad guy. Yeah, got it.
In a sense, yeah. Although that's not inherent. It's more in how they're portrayed than how they are innately. The Jedi tend to be more of the good, and the Sith tend to be more of the bad. But there's examples of both where that is flipped.
Yeah. Okay. But so a fair comparison would be like the monster in the Beauty and the Beast, and then not go there. Nah, okay, no, I get it. As I said, I like Star Wars. I'm not
Keep your
huge...
Disney out of my Star Wars.
I'm not.
I have a mouthful of Battenberg, so I couldn't say it immediately.
Fair enough. But I'm not a huge nerd around Star Wars. I know a little bit more about Star Trek than I know about Star Wars, but I'm not a huge nerd.
Well then, what's your favourite Star Trek?
All of them? Is that a valid answer? I've not seen any of The Mandalorian. I have not seen any of them. I don't even know if I have them available anyway. But I don't have one Star Trek that I don't like. I don't know which one would be my favorite. Probably Voyager, maybe.
Ooh, that's a good choice. I do like a bit of Voyager.
Obviously, I did like the original series, but I think Voyager is a little bit... Because probably it's more of a visual kind of thing. You know what I mean? Because Voyager's visuals are a little bit more my kind of to my liking than original series, but I'm not gonna be dissing any of them. You know what I mean? But I think my favorite might be Voyager.
Yeah, I know what you mean. My favorite kind of goes between Voyager and Deep Space Nine.
Okay.
Voyager, I particularly like. I like Janeway as a captain.
Mm-hmm.
And I like how they've taken this whole philosophy of the Federation and then completely cut them off from Federation support, so they're just out in the middle of nowhere and it's just them trying to deal with it, and seeing how that goes. I also like Deep Space Nine because it portrays kind of out on the frontier and the fringes of the Federation and how that society interacts with other societies on a more of a day-to-day level than the big political and philosophical level that you get in Next Generation.
Yeah. The Deep Space Nine. It's more of when one looks at it, it's more of when you do your own work, you turn inwards in order to try and solve a problem. So it's more of a nihilistic, like here we go again with that word, but it's more of a self-made type of philosophy, if you know what I mean.
I think
Voyager,
I know what you mean.
Voyager and Next Generation. It's more of a we need to get this sorted instead of just how am I going to get this sorted type of thing. Yeah.
Yeah, I think I get what you mean. Oh, I clicked the wrong thing. Right, there we are. It's back again. So, who's your favourite captain?
Data. Here we go.
In that one episode where he was captain of the I can't remember the ship name. He was captain during the that trouble on the neutral zone with the Romulans, wasn't he? He took over captaining
the
a ship.
Romulan War.
Yeah. That was a good episode. But yeah, I see what you mean. I like Data as a captain. He's good.
Yeah.
What words are not happening? Let me try this again. What about Data as a captain appeals to you?
Ooh. Okay. It's what I liked about Data as a captain was the fact that there's this approach to a clinical approach to that started as a clinical approach, and then there's this. It's not anthropomorphization, but this humanization of the approach in the end. So it was kind of that arc that moved from one to another. You know what I mean? That's what I liked it in relation to. That's what I like about Data as a captain.
So he starts off very clinical, and then he becomes more personable later. As the crew get to know him, and he gets to know the crew a bit.
Yeah, it's that arc, because then I think that arc translates to much of what happens in real life when you kind of approach things in a more clinical way, and then you end up by being forced to kind of lose that attitude a little bit.
I don't want to be the stereotypical all people with autism tend to relate to Data, but I do quite strongly relate to Data.
Inevitability.
You know.
But in the community, there's a lot of people that relates to Spock. Not, or think, or like to relate to Spock, or like to be Spock. I don't know what you would call it.
But Captain, that is not a logical course of action. I like Data. Data's a good boy. Oh, there's there's that one moment from what's the one, First Contact? That's the film. There's a one moment from First Contact with Data. It's just Picard just looking over his shoulder. Just, Command Data, perhaps you should deactivate your emotion chip for now. And Data's just, yes, sir.
Flip that switch.
We just turn that off. It'll make it much simpler. All right. Out of the main series captains, who's your favourite?
Picard.
You like a bit of Picard, do you?
Yeah. The original Caesars over the new generation, but Picard over, yeah, I think Picard. Yeah.
I like Picard. If I had to pick a favourite, I think I'd pick Janeway.
Okay, fair enough.
But
I didn't even consider it because it was I like Voyager as a whole, so I didn't consider her as, you know what I mean. I was like, okay, let's look at the captains only.
What are the features of Picard that most appeal to you?
Ooh, okay, so it's kind of different because I like his cerebral approach.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? It is while Data was clinical, Picard is cerebral in his approach. So I kind of like that. I think that's probably what I think it's Picard's greatest asset.
The stopping and thinking about things and
Yeah.
considering different angles and courses of action. What would you say is your something that Picard has done that best illustrates what you mean?
Do you remember the episode where he was attorney or a lawyer or a defense counselor for Data?
Yes.
Yeah, that's. I think that's kind of
trying to determine whether Data counts as a person.
Yeah. I think that's kind of epitome of Picard. That's the.
Where he's discussing not just how that would affect Data, but the ramifications in terms of the Federation as a whole.
Yeah.
That's an interesting episode. It's a good good choice, that one, I think.
Yeah, it was also. Well, it's not all. It was something that influenced it, but it's not something that determined, if that makes sense. But when I start looking into transhumanism, was a bit on the back of that, and also of a really shitty movie that I saw, and I don't even remember what it was, the title or anything. But there was this robot that. There was the cyborg that was destroyed, but gained some sort of consciousness after it had already been damaged. So it was like, okay, I like that concept there. So let's take a look into that, and that's how I started looking into transhumanism.
Interesting. Just had to respond to something in the chat.
Okay.
Chad Hall says, Picard never hit me. I am not Picard. But yeah, I was gonna say if I had to pick a favourite captain, I think I would pick Janeway.
Janeway, yeah.
Because I particularly enjoy watching how she reacts when she's put under extreme pressure. Do you remember that episode where it's in Voyager? There are aliens which are out of phase with. I think they're out of phase with reality. Not with reality. They're out of phase with most of the people on the ship, so they can't see them. But 7 of 9 can see them because she's got the Borg face.
Yeah.
And they're doing experiments on people to see how they react. Yeah. I particularly like Janeway's solution to that, which was, right, we've got these 2 alien ships clinging onto the side of Voyager, and aliens aboard our ship that we can't see. We can only see very occasionally, and it's we can't tell where they are or what they're doing, and they're doing all kinds of experiments on the crew. Then one of the crew dies. One of their experiments kills one of her crew, and she goes, right, I'm going to fly this ship into a star. Now, if you don't get off my ship, all of us are going to die.
Okay. Isn't that the one about the scientific method?
I can't remember what the title of it is, but she is aware that she can get the ship out of the star again without killing everyone, although it's a very risky maneuver, but they don't know that.
Yeah.
So, she flies right into the edge of the star, one of the alien ships is destroyed, the other one flies off, and they pull out again at the last moment. I particularly enjoy just Janeway's reaction to being put under this pressure and her crew put in danger. Just, no, I'm not having this. I will take drastic action, but I will solve this.
Yeah. I think that's the method, scientific method one, but I might be wrong here. I'm not much of a nerd, to be honest with you. I think that's the scientific method one.
You might be right. I can't remember the titles. I am really shit with labels for things. I don't remember names very well. I don't remember titles of things very well. I don't. I remember things by how they feel and what shape and color they are.
I'm horrible with names. There's not even a point in going there. It's easy online. It's kind of easy because people that use names and I then kind of link to other things that I can memorize. You know what I mean? But I'm not good. I can always remember the face, but I have no clue what I'm talking about. So I'm the type of guy that goes and talks to someone for 10 minutes that he meets on the street. I know that person, but I have no clue the name of the person that I'm talking to.
I know what you mean. I do the same thing. No, I like interacting online because the name's just there usually.
Yeah. But
like if I forget who I'm talking to, I just glance at the little screen. Oh, it's Ricardo.
But see, I've got my name. But if someone like you, you've got bad-tempered badger.
Yeah.
If I was to know your name for some reason, I would probably forget it within an hour. I would go like, no idea what you're talking about. If someone came back to me and said, "Oh, do you know?" No idea who you're talking about. You know what I mean? Because
I do know what you mean. And
sometimes I have to pause and look. Critical cripple. Who's this guy? Critical cripple. What's his? Oh yeah, Dave.
I did that in the chat at the start of the stream. Actually, I was looking at it, and Dave said something. He said it replying to you, but somehow I'd got your avatar and his mixed up in my head for a moment. So I was like, why are you replying to yourself?
Dave is an easy one because all of that Al 9000 joke that started, you know what I mean? So that's an easy one for me to remember, but sometimes. But it sometimes I do have to stop. Critical creepo, Dave, Al 9000.
Yep, I get you. But like the thing with the shape and the color that I was talking about with let's use this different series of Star Trek as an example. I don't primarily remember the names of them. I primarily remember just something about the visuals, and then the name is
Okay.
linked to that in my mind. Sometimes the name doesn't happen, but I'll get the visuals. So Voyager that's the one where everything's tinted slightly blue, and the ship is more long than wide, and the nacelles go up.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's how I remember that's Voyager.
Okay.
That's what Voyager is to me. It's the blue one with the longer ship.
Okay, fair enough.
Next Generation is everything's bright. You know, all the corridors are kind of bright and quite white in terms of the color scheme, and the ship's wider, and it's got a big wide saucer section.
The next one. So the Voyager.
Yeah, that's the Next Generation. Yeah, with Picard.
Okay. Because that's 29701, I think, and the Voyager is the NCC 74656, I think.
You might be right. I can't remember. And then you got Deep
I
Space
need
Nine.
to stop. I need to stop trying to remember these things in public, because this gets recorded, and then someone is going to come back and tell me that I'm wrong. I'm sure
Yeah,
of it.
they might do that.
You're wrong there. Okay, sorry.
It's easy. I was just trying to remember it on the fly. And then Deep Space Nine has a similar kind of color scheme to Voyager, but as well as the blue of the kind of the out on the fringes Federation, you have the Cardassian colors, which are kind of orange and bronze. Because the station was a Cardassian station, so there's that blue and red mixed with the orange and bronze of the Cardassian. That's and all the pointy architecture. You know, that's what Deep Space Nine is to me, in my mind. That's how I remember that one.
Yeah, you've got a more complicated way than I have.
Yeah, I'm silly.
But not necessarily. It's called it mnemonics, is it?
I don't know. It's I think it's I have a very visual mind. I really like visuals. I'm not so into names.
Yeah, okay, fair enough.
So I will remember things by how they look and how they feel to me.
Okay, fair enough. I'm more of a numbers kind of guy. But yeah, you know, everyone is kind of different.
I know what you mean. Everyone's got their own approach to things.
Yeah.
Oh, I see.
If we all had numbers instead of names, I would probably be easier for me to remember.
Well, we could do that, because people do get a national insurance number, but you're not supposed to tell that to people.
Oh yeah. Well, you're not gonna do a lot of it, but yeah, I see what I mean. I see what you mean.
You could look at my tax records or something. I don't know.
I don't know.
Anyway. Oh, Nerdy's saying DS9 has a wormhole under station. Yes, it does. That is one way of remembering which one's which. Oh, looking at the chat here, Chad Hall, DS9 uniforms, grey with coloured undershirt is the best uniform.
He might be right though.
I sort of agree. Let me get a picture of that.
He might be right though.
Helps if you don't put a V in the middle of the word uniform. Yeah, I do like that one with grey with the coloured undershirt.
Yeah.
I would like the collar to be higher though. I like things. I like collars that go up the neck. They've got a fairly nice collar, but it could do with going just a little bit higher.
And
Okay, if you had to pick a uniform from any of the series, which one would you pick? Or any of the series or films or any Star Trek version.
Picard. Oh, did you drop the Battenberg on your mic?
Yes.
It was a joke. Okay. I think Picard. The problem with you picking up, having to pick up these type of things about design of the ships, and design of the phasers, and designs of the uniforms and things like that. It's because it will obviously improve with time.
Yeah. In terms of the budget available.
Not only that, but because design expression has evolved throughout the time. And then I know that some people go like, "Oh yeah, but I like the old days," or "I like traditional looking things," which is fine. It's more than acceptable. You know what I mean? It's perfectly fine to have that. But I don't have that type of view. So obviously, to me, sometimes there's also the fact that they fucked it up. You know what I mean? Like, okay, so you've designed a new thing. I get that, but what the hell are you thinking about? This has got nothing to do with what it was before. But I don't think Picard is that case. I think that the new Picard one, which I also think that it was very close to the last one. But I think I like that. I usually tend to like the new things better.
In terms
for
of
the record, I'm not a particular fan of the NCC 1701J, the one from Deep Space Nine. Sorry about it.
Aww.
The ship itself, the design of the ship, I wasn't particular. The nacelles are too high, too thin. I didn't like them. It wasn't my favorite.
And Nerdy says, I agree with what Nerdy says in the chat. Beam the Battenberg directly to my ready room.
Good one, Nerdy.
Yeah, so for the uniforms, I would pick the one that Kirk and Spock and McCoy and everybody wear in the films with the red and the white collars.
Sorry, gonna have to repeat that.
Yeah. For the uniforms, if I had to pick a Starfleet uniform to be my favourite, I would pick the one that Kirk and Spock and everybody wear in the films, that is the red jacket with a white collar.
Okay, got it.
You know what I mean?
That's the like the ceremonial one.
Yeah, the one that's a bit more. It's a bit more militaristic looking, which I understand for the look of it goes against the message a little bit, but I just like that look more. You know, I like particularly the collar. I like how that looks.
Okay.
I would just wear that just casually.
I see what you mean.
I'd go for a stroll. I'd have that on.
Yeah, I see what you mean. There's a question in the chat form to a HD cat, which is puzzling me. I don't get the question.
Who did you play as in Deep Space Nine?
I didn't. Okay.
I don't know.
I don't know where this is going.
Can we have some clarification on that question, please?
I'm slightly confused. Maybe I said something that I shouldn't, which is kind of likely. You know, being vexatious and all.
That's an interesting. I've got up here somebody whose name sounds Vulcan. Vonrek says that the main problem is that Sisko could not really be compared to other captains because he is really the only one allowed to evolve in any meaningful way. What do you make of that?
Ooh. Hot
Spicy.
Take. Hot take. Okay. He's not wrong though.
Well, some of the others evolve a bit.
Yeah, like I said, when the episode with Data where it got that massive arc. But is it meaningful? Is it meaningful or is it inevitable?
I don't know.
And if it is inevitable, does it detract from the meaning of it? That's actually a good take there.
Yeah. I like Cisco as a captain. He's not my favourite, but I like him.
Yeah, yeah. Um, Okay, it's a good take. I don't know what I make of it on the fly, but it's a good take.
Chad Hall says Janeway has the whole trip back to the Alpha Quadrant to develop a personality. She made her choice.
Good one. Good one.
Alright, what else can we talk about? Any other fictional universes you're particularly into?
Not really. Well, Marvel over DC, if that's what you're asking.
Oh, I'm kicking the table.
I'm more of the type of guy that doesn't like fictional universes instead of liking, because I kind of like, you know what I mean. So, for instance, I'm not a huge fan of Harry Potter. I think it's kind of boring.
Oh, now we're getting into the spicy takes.
Yeah, but bear in mind one thing. I didn't grow up with Harry Potter. You know what I mean? So that's something to take into account, because probably if I had grown up with it, I would have a different feeling about it. But I'm not a particular. It's not something that I find particularly interesting. I've been in, is it York or Durham? It's York. I've been in York where they have the Harry Potter street thing. And I go like, yeah, fine, whatever, have your fun. I get why you're having fun, but can we just go somewhere?
I like a bit of Harry Potter, but I like the original films. I'm not so much of a fan of the Fantastic Beasts ones, because everything is CGI in them. Almost nothing in them looks real. Although I do particularly enjoy what's he called? Redmayne's portrayal of Newt Scamander in those films, because he's playing him like he's a socially awkward, probably autistic guy.
Okay.
And I'm kind of watching it like, yeah, I like this guy. I relate to this guy. It's
I see where you were going with that. Yeah, I see where you're going with that. Yeah.
It's a really good portrayal of the character. It's just a shame that everything else looks so unreal.
Shad Hall is mentioning Kobayashi Maru.
Mm-hmm. That's the old unwinnable thing, isn't it?
What?
And that's the old unwinnable test, isn't it?
It's a training exercise for the cadets.
Yeah.
I think it's from the movies. It's not from the series. I may be wrong there.
Have you ever played Star Trek Online?
No.
Okay.
There was this guy that I've heard of. I only heard of him online. I don't know him. Sounds like a little bit of a break, to be honest with you. But
okay.
No, I've seen your. To be honest with you, I didn't even remember the games. If for you mentioning them, I had completely forgot about it.
Well, I used to play Star Trek Online quite a bit, and there was this whole, you know, online radio. where they do like a radio station, but you access it over the internet, and there's loads of them now because people just made their own.
Not
They're-
sure if.
There used to be two. One was called Trek Radio, and the other one was called Subspace Radio. Trek Radio was more Star Trek in general, I think, and Subspace Radio was specifically linked to Star Trek Online. It was a community-run thing. I think it's still going, but they used to do parties in world in Star Trek Online, often on somewhere like Risa. You would go there, and you'd all be dancing around, and they'd have the DJ there, standing, talking to the people in world, and talking through the radio, the online radio thing. And you'd be listening to the music, they'd be playing the tunes, you'd all be there dancing. It was a whole little gathering thing. It was good fun.
Yeah, it's like Comic-Con, but just for in radio.
Yeah.
Sound format,
online kind of stuff.
Yeah, an online kind of thing. Okay.
Yeah, it was good. I forgot why I brought that up, so we'll talk about something else.
So,
Oh, no, I do remember why I brought that up. Well, actually, I don't remember if this is why I brought it up originally, but it's a fun thing to comment on with it. They would go to the people running that little community radio thing would go to conventions, talk to the actors from the shows, and get them to do little adverts for the radios. So at one point they were talking to John Delancey, Q.
yeah.
And he didn't. You can kind of tell from his voice he didn't really know what was going on. Because they just kind of like ambushed him at a convention or something, and gave him a bit of paper with some stuff to say, and he's there reading it as he goes. He's in the advert going, "Hi, I'm John Delancey, and this is Subspace Radio, the voice of Star Trek Online."
Yeah, there's a few stories like that going where people get kind of ambushed, and then some people made YouTube channels out of it.
Mm-hmm. My favourite thing that I've seen of someone being ambushed in that way was, you know, that film that the guy who did Borat did after he did Borat?
Borat. Oh yeah. The one where he made interviews, and then he went and interviewed the NRA guy.
Yeah,
and,
yeah. My favourite one of those is he tries to interview Harrison Ford. And he goes, "Now we have an exclusive interview with Harrison Ford." You see him just like running up to Harrison Ford in the street outside some venue with a microphone. He's running up to him like, "Oh, Harrison!" Harrison Ford just looks at him and just goes, "Fuck off," and walks off.
What was I like my favorite on that was when he said, "Show them your ass, they will run away."
Yeah, probably true.
That was a good one. I was laughing my ass off, and I thought he's gonna do it after the show. Okay.
All right, let's carry on. I pressed the wrong thing there. So things. I forgot what we were talking about.
We were talking about Borat, not Borat, but Who is America? Yeah, Who is America? That's what's it?
I don't know.
I think
Ambush interviews. I think we were talking about ambush interviews at one point. Let's go with that.
you that's another thing that there's plenty of here in the UK, but kind of more elaborate. There's this guy. I think it's from Liverpool. I might be wrong. He did a few things like got a banged up car and gave it back to the rental, and he does this type of. I remember him doing a few sketches where he was actually writing letters of complaint to companies and to people.
Okay.
I don't remember his name, but he does that kind of thing. And then you've got the short, bald guy. Is famous from Channel 4, maybe Channel 5, something great like that. Where he had that series that he did where he would go and talk to people about construction jobs that hadn't been properly done, and then he would ambush the builders.
So say that again.
So there's this guy.
Yeah.
He might have been of some sorts. Short, baldy guy, and he had a TV series on Channel 4, Channel 5, something like that.
Oh, I think I know what you mean.
And then he would go talk to people that had construction jobs that had been poorly done.
Yeah.
And then he would at the end go and ambush the builders. And I was like, how is it possible that this guy hasn't had his face kick in?
He probably has.
Well, yeah, true, because they edited it out, but you know what I mean?
we'll edit out the beating and we'll just cut straight to the interview. All right. he's there with like an eye patch.
Because I was like, in real life.
So why did you think you could build this wall so poorly?
Yeah, I don't remember his name, but I remember seeing that, and I thought, that, yeah, this is TVs, like big corporations trying to capitalize on what people are doing with pranks and pranks on YouTube.
Yeah, I think there's too many pranks these days. Although not so much this last year, but before that.
Wasn't this last year a prank?
I think that's still up for debate. I think it could all be a conspiracy.
Okay. Fair enough. So lizard people controlling the supercomputers in Austria and Utah.
Yeah.
That control the world.
Yeah. They released a strain of lizard flu into the water, and then the cats became dogs.
Okay. That's a new take.
That's what I think happened last year.
Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. That's a new take, but yeah, let's go with that. Why not? Just another one.
You know when you're talking to like a proper conspiracy theorist.
Yeah.
And
oh, bear in mind that Mero says that I'm a disguised conspiracy theorist.
You're a disguised conspiracy theorist, are you?
Yeah, according to Mero. That's why I've changed my handle on Twitter.
Okay.
And for the record, before anyone goes again, and this is recorded and shit, I love Mero. This is a joke. I love Mero.
Mero's good.
Well, kind of, because not sure it's going to
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
Move on.
Yeah. So you're talking to like a proper conspiracy theorist.
Yeah.
And you're trying to figure out whether they actually believe the things that they're coming out with, or whether it's doing it for a laugh.
Yeah.
There was that interview. I I couldn't find this specific clip, but there was an interview with like a flat Earth guy, and he was trying to go with the how many members the Flat Earth Society has as evidence that it had some credibility.
Yeah.
And he's there going, well, we have members all around the globe. Wait, that's not right.
I remember that. That's actually something that I quite argue. I argue quite often, actually, because some people that I know, they go like, no, they don't actually believe this. This is just for clicks and kudos and money. And I go like, no, they must believe this.
Well, at least some must.
To a degree, because if you think about it, it's impossible for you to be lying about a belief and then constantly being pushed back on that belief and still coming out defending it and not make mistakes. Obviously, well, I'm not talking about semantics here. So yeah, that people, we have members all around the globe. That's a language problem.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But yeah. But that also British guy, the engineer, which is a 5G conspiracy theorist. What's his name? What is his goddamn name? I forgot his name.
I know the sort of character you mean. I don't know the specific one though.
There's this guy which he's got this whole background story on it. He alleges that he is an engineer, software engineer. I don't know. No, it's not. It's a hardware engineer of some sort, or electrical engineer of some sort. And
engineer of some description who supposedly knows what he's talking about.
Allegedly. And then he says that he worked for the government, something to do with radars, and he can look at a board, a circuit board, and say, oh, this is this kind of thing. You know what I mean? He's got this magic type of ability to look at the simple antennas and say, oh, this is a 5G antenna. And go like, how? You know what I mean? And you have to have some sort of belief, true belief, in order to be able to do that without falling short of your own statement. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because otherwise, I would show you a microwave. Probably I've never done that. Maybe some test to show the guy a microwave circuit board and say, so what is this? If it pulls it out or not, you know what I mean? But you have to have some degree of belief in order to be able to do that.
Yeah, I think I get what you mean. So what does he claim to be able to do? He claims to be able to just point, look at an antenna and determine whether it's a 5G one or a.
Well, that was me oversimplifying it. Basically, he gets like the new LED street lamps that have a little antenna on top of it because they've got a 3G model mobile phone GSM module or something like that allows them to be interconnected.
Determines whether you.
Determines how if it needs fixing or if
so they can control it remotely and stuff. Yeah,
that type of thing. So real people, real engineers said, so this is a two-way antenna kind of thing. This is basically, you've got this all over your house kind of thing. And then he goes and gets the same one and says, this is a 5G antenna because you have this, you know what I mean? So we kind of can change everything, and you have to have a degree of belief on what you're saying in order to be able to sustain that light. That's what I was trying to explain.
Oh, yeah. Have you seen those, I can't speak. They were selling on Amazon metal cages that you put around your router to prevent, in quotes, harmful radiation from escaping from the router, and are getting into your brain. So we put the router in a little Faraday cage, and then all the reviews were just, "My Wi-Fi don't work."
Oh, fuck me. Yeah, that's basically what I'm saying. Yeah, that's basically what I'm saying. Yeah,
All the people there, like, so I put the thing around my router, and I've been sleeping so much better, but my Wi-Fi doesn't work anymore.
that's probably the reason why you're sleeping better, motherfucker, because you're wasting your time when you're
You
on
got
your
in
internet.
bed,
And now,
looked at your phone, and went, "Oh, I can't get on the internet. I suppose I'll go sleep."
yeah. That, and I saw one, and I don't know if it's a lie or not, but I saw one where he said, "Oh, we're redesigning it so that it improves the." And I was like, "Improve what?" It, well, you always have the option to have a network at home if you don't want to have Wi-Fi. You get the router, but then just wire the network at home, and then use your internet wired.
Yep.
Don't
Well, I would have done that, but I don't have a cable long enough. And I didn't want to run a long enough cable through all of the walls.
So your Burrow has more than outside walls?
Well,
Usually
the Burrow,
are like,
the Burrow has internal walls as well as external walls, but the external walls are just the rock face. You know,
okay, fair enough.
you can see in my visuals here. I've got a nice brick wall behind me. That's so that I can have a fireplace with a chimney. The chimney goes up, and that just pops out of the ground on top of a little grassy hill. There's a little brick chimney there. Because if I didn't have the chimney, the Burrow would fill with smoke, and that'd be no good.
Yeah, smoked badger is not a good thing.
No. But yeah, I like bricks, so I've got bricks here.
Okay. Fair dues. And you had a bottle of Jack Daniels?
Yep, I've got my bottle there. I have in a drawer of my desk. I have a special bottle of whiskey. This is
so I heard.
Yeah, this is the special whiskey. I only drink it for special occasions or if I am very upset.
Fair.
The last time I got it out was for New Year, and that was the first time I'd opened that bottle in months.
Yeah, I remember that from New Year. That was on the side chat, I think.
Oh, did you see my New Year's diddly thing?
New Year's what?
Yeah, words. Did you see?
Words are hard.
Yeah, did you see my New Year's thing with the fireworks and stuff?
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
Yeah, I both enjoyed and despised the process of making that. Because I was trying to include as many people from the loose collection of people who talk about stuff on the internet in the crowd scene as I could, and I was going through Twitter trying to find like some image that I could sneak in of like an avatar or something.
Yeah.
Hang on. That I could sneak in of like an avatar or something, and it was a whole faff trying to get the images in there.
Yeah, but that was a good one. I like that one with all of the avatars in.
I enjoyed making that though. That was good fun. But the process of getting all the people in there was a major faff. So I was going through like people's Twitters trying to find something I could use just to have some visual for them. And most of them because most people's Twitter avatars that have a face are their face with the top of their head cut off and no body.
Okay.
And I'm like,
Yeah.
what the fuck am I supposed to do with this? So
I used to have exactly that.
a lot of the
My
people in it are just peeking out from behind someone else because all I've got for them is a head.
Yeah, but that's one of those things. I don't have the ability to do that. I don't have the skills to do that. So yeah, that was great work as far as I'm concerned.
I can do it. It just takes a while. it's a lot of why is this like this? You know, and then the program kept crashing while I was trying to render the video. I had to render it in about 4 stages. I had to do just the background, then I had to do just the bit with the music, then I had to take that and add the bit with the people appearing, and then I had to yeah, it was a whole mess. Anyway, I think we've talked for a while. Is there anything else you want to chat about while we're here?
Well, I don't know. I'm if you want to carry on, it's fine. If you want to end it here, it's also fine. You can ask whatever you want. I'm not bothered.
Well, I'm just going to see if the chat's got anything they want to say or ask or anything of that nature. And while I wait for their replies, I'm just going to grab something. So if you just entertain everyone for a second.
Ooh, I will be juggling my pens here. Oh wait,
right,
they
be
can't
right back.
see me, can I? Okay. So, any questions from the chat? Anything? Don't ask me questions that's gonna force me to give an answer, and then I will be labeled as an asshole. Oh wait, too late for that. Oh, Orla, we're gonna have to wait for Badger to give you an answer to that one. How you doing, Canadian Viking? How cold is cold today in Canada? Was there any questions? Oh, I believe Badger may have the gift of ambiguity. Not quite sure. Or at least in the internet he has the gift of ambiguity. I'm not quite sure. Ooh. Yeah, so... Well...
I have returned.
Oh, you have?
I have.
Good.
Let's see what questions we have from the chat.
You've got one from Orla.
Let me scroll up and down the chat slightly. Why are you adorable? It's evolution. Let's go with that.
Let's go with that.
Vonrex says, I think used up all my wit, need more caffeine to recharge. Chad Hall says, wait, Badger is gone, but I can still see him. That's because I am magic. Posted a picture of my 2020 coin. Chad, we can drink while he talks to... I've dyslexic this entire sentence. Does Badger have woodchuck friends? Possibly. I'm not 100% certain if they're woodchucks or gophers. Okay. Any more questions from the chat? Put them in. We'll do a few more minutes and then we'll wrap up. Would you reckon that work for you?
Yeah, that's fine.
So, what else? Do you like feathers? I don't know.
Hold on. Where is this going now?
I looked over there and there's a feather over there.
Right. So about that.
Well, we had a fairly good Star Trek rant going for a minute, so let's circle back to Star Trek for a minute.
Okay.
Which ship most visually appeals to you?
Okay. If I don't say Enterprise, probably people are going to crucify me, aren't they?
They might.
Know what I mean? I would have to say Voyager.
Yeah, I'm going to pick Voyager as well.
I'm going to have to say Voyager. Yeah. The people get focused on the 1701D. I get that, but I think I like Voyager. I think I favor Voyager. I think it's more visually appealing. Proportions are slightly better. Yeah, I would go with Voyager.
Yeah, I like the nacelles going whoop before they go into warp. I like the color scheme. I like it's nice elongated shape. It's good shape. It appeals to me. It's got nice curves. You know, ships should have curves.
Yeah, I'm with you on that one. I was thinking about the phasers on in the front are also a good addition to that. It kind of breaks that big surface.
I do like the Defiant though.
Okay.
Because it's completely not the classic Starfleet shape.
Okay.
But
because it's different.
I like it because it's designed for a specific purpose and its shape is, it's specific to that purpose. Oh,
yeah.
Excelsior. Yeah, I do like the Excelsior. Not as much as Voyager, but I do like it. Oh, here's a question for you. Least favorite Star Trek character. If you had to pick a character that you dislike the most, which one would it be?
Who am I going to throw under the bus now?
I like to go with a positive question. So no, which thing do you like most, and which one most appeals to you? And then I like to follow it with a negative, because I usually find that, I often find that people will have a big rant already prepared in their mind about something, and they're just, I can do my rant.
Actually, there's a few. The problem with Star Trek is that you get anti-heroes and antagonist characters. You've got plenty of them going through the series. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Obviously, there's quite a lot that you can pick from that. That's no fun.
Yeah.
So what I'm trying to think is, of those that I'm not supposed to throw under the bus, which one am I going to throw under the bus? If you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Let me think a little bit. There's a few of the lieutenants that I found to be annoying.
Mm-hmm.
Leslie, Brent. Yeah, fine. They were, you know what I mean.
Yeah.
They have served the purpose. But come on, man. I know what you're doing, but I don't necessarily need to like you doing it. If you know what
Yeah.
I mean.
Yeah, I get you.
But I don't know. That's a hard one. But yeah, it would probably be one of those lieutenants that, although they are part of the core of the crew, they play too often the part of you're just being annoying. Shut up.
Yep, I get you. A lot of people say, like in the forums and stuff that I've been on, I've heard a lot of people say Neelix.
Oh, okay.
And I like Neelix. I don't get it. I don't get what the problem is with Neelix. He's just a fun guy. He's trying to cook people nice food and bumble along and do his things. You know, he just talks a lot. What's wrong with Neelix? You just got to be able to tell him, look, I don't want to talk right now. I'm gonna go. Just get me some Virillion eggs or whatever, and then that's fine. You know.
Yeah, the overly friendly can be a problem sometimes. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Right. Shall we wrap it up there?
Yep.
I think that'll do us. Thank you very much for coming, everyone. I, as most of you have probably known, I'm Bad Tempered Badger. We've got this guy. Who are you?
I'm the asshole on the side chat.
Yeah, the asshole on the side chat. I've seen you in the side chat as well, being an asshole. So
Yeah.
yeah, I've put a link to your Twitter in the thing. So if people want to see you being an asshole in your own chat, then there they go. That's where to find you. Is there anything you want to shill while we're here?
No, I don't got nothing to shield. Just if you want to see more assholery, is that a word? Go on Twitter. I'll be there doing and saying shit. Probably that it's gonna be either make you laugh or make you lose your mind.
Excellent. All right. Well, the Twitter's in the thing. I think that'll probably do us. So let's. Oh shit! Where's OBS? There it is.
Thank everybody for coming back.
Yeah.
For coming here, and thank you, Badger, for asking me over.
Sorry, it's a nice little chat. Thanks for coming on, and thanks everyone for watching. Outro. Now I can't hear the music, but they can all still hear us, so I should probably stop that happening.
Alright, I can see that I will have a great life.